Hey everyone, it's Jade. I'm back with part 2 of my April Fauxbonichi flip. I left off here, so I will pick up here. My nephew came over and told me that he had made his own license. Previously, he told me his license had expired and he needed to make a new one. So I helped him put together a new license. We played some cards, and of course it was Easter that Sunday, so that's pretty much what we did that day. The next day I had some returns to make. Later on in the day we watched a little Empire. We had to catch up because we were episodes behind because my mom had been out of town. And I spent a good amount of the day journaling, trying to catch up in my journal. So, the next day I went to Michael's, again, messing with the laminate, trying to find the right thing. And I ended up, they had all their Spring Dream stuff on sale, so I got some washi. And I also came across some like Heidi Swap stickers and like acetate words and stuff like that, and little notebooks. All of it was on clearance for 99 cents. So I did get some of that. Again, on the 19th, I had no clue what I even did that day after I didn't do anything and I forgot to write it down. And trying to think back, I couldn't remember anything but what I watched. And so the next day we went to the used bookstore. They every third weekend they have a well, it used to be 25 cents, now it's up to 35 cents, but that's still not bad. So it's 35 cents for a book, any book, whatever. It's 35 cents the whole weekend. And then I also did a little shopping at Tuesday morning and Michael's and found some other nice goodies. Also, I went to Joann's to get some fabric to try to make a belt for, I have a catheter, for my dialysis. And the belts that I have kind of drive me crazy. So I want to try to make my own that might feel and fit a little better. So we'll see how that turns out. I still hadn't bothered to get my sewing machine down and start on anything. And I'm not like a sewing expert, so we'll see how it goes. My mom tried a new recipe for me. I'm not the cook in the family. My mom is the most wonderful cook ever. Like, people request her food. Like, people, if they come in to visit, they call my mom up. Hey, Aunt Angie is usually one of her nieces or nephews asking, can you make this for me? Or can you bring this? Or, they love my mom's food. Everybody does. I keep telling her she needs to do something with it. That's her gift. But, you know, anyway. And later, my nephew was over, so we played a little trouble. Saturday was just kind of a chill day, so I tried to do a lot of reading. And this little picture is from, it's on here, but it's kind of blurry, so I can't see it right now. But it says, happy Saturday, relax, put your feet up, and pamper yourself. And here I finally got my traveler's notebook set up kind of how I want it. I call it the preliminary setup, and I filmed it and put it up on my YouTube. So if anybody's interested in that, it is on my channel, and it's a work in progress. So the next day I did some more journaling. That's pretty much what I did all day. So to indicate that, I just found a quote about journaling and made up this little thing in Photoshop and printed it out and stuck it there. And it just says, a personal journal is an ideal environment in which to become. It is a perfect place for you to think, feel, discover, expand, remember, and dream. And the quote is by Brad Wilcox. And the next day, early in the morning, I was up, and I ran across this documentary about Andy Whitfield. If you guys don't know who that is, he was the guy who played Spartacus in Blood and Sand on the Stars network. I loved that series, and I loved the first season because Andy Whitfield was everything. I mean, he embodied the role of Spartacus. But this was a documentary called Be Here Now about his life, about him getting the role of Spartacus and then being diagnosed with non-Hodgkin's lymphoma and his journey trying to battle that disease. I'm not gonna go too into detail about what happened, but I also put this butterfly here because there's a part at the end about a butterfly, and if you watch it you'll understand what it means, and it kind of makes me sad even just thinking about it. But it was a beautiful documentary, chronicling his life and his journey with non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. So rest in peace, Andy Whitfield. You will always be Spartacus to me. Even though I like the guy that followed you, he just could not live up to the way you played the role for me now. So anywho, and later also I did a little tinkering with my phone, changed out the screen cover and cleaned it and all that kind of stuff. The next day I was up early I had started watching Orphan Black. That show is pretty damn interesting, guys. I don't know if it's good. It like completely drew me in from the first episode. So yes please, Orphan Black. I also spent time reading my book. It is The Moonflower by Phyllis A. Whitney. She is a gothic romance author, and this is actually my first book by her that I've read. And later that night I had some shrimp tacos, and McCormick used to make a shrimp taco mix. They've stopped making it, and I've looked online and everybody seems to have loved it, but they decided to stop me. I don't understand why companies do that shit. You find something you like, people love it, they go out and they buy it all the time, and then they just decide to discontinue it. Like, that makes absolutely no sense to me. So, but anyway, so we're working off our last pack of shrimp taco seasoning, and hopefully I can find something comparable soon, because I don't know. Anyway, the next day I pretty much spent trying to clean up and straighten things up and organize stuff. So that was what was going on that day. This day, I had seen people hauling the Martha Stewart punches and stuff early. They weren't supposed to be out till the 30th. So I went out looking for that. I went out looking for a specific author. I had just read Jill Gregory that I really liked. So I went to Barnes & Noble looking for her books. And I went somewhere else looking for something else. I can't remember. But I didn't find anything I was looking for. Like, nothing. So it was just a crappy shopping day for me. But the next day I went off to Buck Jones Road and with my mom, and we just kind of looked around to see what was what. And I could check, like up there for like Jill Gregory and stuff like that. But I still didn't find too much on that day. But the next day, Sunday, was the actual Martha Stewart sale at Tuesday morning for all the punches and stuff. So I went to every single Tuesday morning in my vicinity, probably within a 50-mile radius, I would say, maybe. Just to get everything that I could get. There's still some stuff I've seen other people haul that I haven't even seen in my stores. But I got a good amount of stuff that I think I'm going to enjoy. So that's pretty much what was going on that day. And that is the end of April. So thanks for watching, you guys. If you have any comments or questions, you can leave them below. I'll be happy to answer when I see it. And I will catch you next go round.